Welcome back to Brain Burst. Today, we are leaving the normal world behind and diving into the ultra-exclusive realm of automotive royalty. Forget your standard supercars. We are talking about bespoke hypercars, limited one-of-a-kind builds, and rolling masterpieces with price tags that will absolutely blow your mind. From the unmatched elegance of Rolls-Royce to the tarmac-shredding power of Bugatti, these aren't just vehicles, they are the ultimate status symbols. So, buckle up and hit that subscribe button, because today we are counting down the top number most ridiculously expensive cars in the entire world. Let's get into it.
Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Price: 135 million euros, 143 million USD. Power: 302 HP in 1955. May 5, 2022. In a reinforced room at the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Germany, the impossible happened. No press, no cameras, just a select group of billionaires and an auctioneer. When the hammer dropped, the motoring world shattered. A single car sold for 135 million euros, 143 million USD, the price of a fighter jet for a vehicle nearly 70 years old. What does this metal possess to be worth more than gold? Its name is the Mercedes 300 SLR Uhlenhaut Coupe. Built in 1955, it isn't a luxury car, it is a race car in disguise. Only two exist in the entire world. Its creator, engineer Rudolf Uhlenhaut, took the 8-cylinder engine from the Formula One car that was winning every championship and put a body on it for street use. It is literally the Mona Lisa of automobiles. This car was so radical that Mercedes never dared to sell it back in the day. Engineer Uhlenhaut used it himself as his daily driver. The story goes that running late for a meeting, he crossed Germany at 290 kilometers per hour. Imagine that in the 50s, when most cars barely reached 100. The noise inside the cabin was so deafening they say Rudolf lost some hearing, but the car became an untouchable legend. For decades, kings and tycoons tried to buy it. The answer was always no, until that secret auction. The money raised went entirely to scholarships for students, the Mercedes-Benz Fund. The buyer remains anonymous but has promised that the car will continue to be shown to the public. It is the absolute record, the undisputed king.
Rolls-Royce Sweptail. Price: $28 million. Power: 563 HP, V12 engine. If the Mercedes was history, this is pure whim. Forget mass production cars. This vehicle costs $28 million and is officially the most expensive new car ever sold. It's called the Rolls-Royce Sweptail. It isn't made on an assembly line, it is sculpted. The British brand revived the art of coach building, where the bodywork is designed by hand over the chassis, hammering the metal just as it was done in 1920. It measures almost 6 meters long. Its owner, an immensely wealthy anonymous client, rumored to be a famous power couple in the music industry, wanted something reminiscent of J-class racing yachts. The paint is a complex mix with embedded crystals to shimmer like the sea. Under the hood, a 6 3/4-liter twin-turbo V12 engine delivers 563 horsepower. But here, power isn't for racing, it's for floating over the road. The most impressive feature isn't in the engine, but in the trunk, or rather the aft deck. With a single button, 2 Kaleido wood panels open in perfect synchronization like butterfly wings to exactly 15 degrees. Inside, there is no room for suitcases, but a hosting suite. A double refrigerator designed specifically to cool bottles of Armand de Brignac champagne to exactly 6 degrees Celsius, baccarat crystal flutes, and a parasol that deploys automatically. It is the most expensive picnic on the planet. The level of detail borders on obsession. Rolls-Royce took 4 years to develop this unique car. On the dashboard, they refused digital screens that age poorly. Instead, they collaborated with the Swiss house Beauvais to create two reversible timepieces, one for him and one for her, which can be worn on the wrist or inserted into the car as an onboard clock. The car even includes a Mont Blanc pen in the glove compartment, handcrafted to match the upholstery. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Price, $18 million. Power, 1,500 horsepower, W16 engine. If Batman had to choose a car for a gala in hell, he would choose this one. Its name says it all. La Voiture Noire, the black car. Unveiled at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show, Bugatti silenced the world with an $18 million price tag. It isn't just a hypercar, it is a single-piece sculpture. The body is handcrafted carbon fiber with no visible seams, as if it had been cast from liquid obsidian. But this car wasn't born from nothing, it is a tribute to a ghost. In 1940, Jean Bugatti lost his most prized creation, his personal Type 57 SC Atlantic, a car that vanished on a train fleeing the Nazi invasion and was never seen again. If that car appeared today, it would be worth over $100 million. La Voiture Noire is the modern reincarnation of that lost mystery, bringing the soul of the past into 21st century technology. Beneath that dark skin beats a nuclear heart, an 8-liter W16 engine with 4 turbochargers, 1,500 horsepower, and 1,600 newton-meters of torque. It is capable of accelerating from 0 to 100 in 2.4 seconds. But unlike its track-focused siblings, this Bugatti isn't built to scream on a circuit, but to be the ultimate grand tourer. It is brute force in a tuxedo. Look at it from behind. That is its most intimidating view. It doesn't have 2 exhaust pipes or 4. It has 6 titanium cannons aligned horizontally that spit fire and noise. It is a statement of intent. Excess is necessary. Only one exists in the world. It was rumored to belong to Cristiano Ronaldo, then a Saudi prince, but the truth remains hidden in a climate-controlled garage in Zurich.
Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta. Price, $17.5 million. Power, 789 horsepower, naturally aspirated V12. Would you pay $17.5 million for a car that doesn't even have a roof? And it's not that the roof is convertible, it simply doesn't exist. The windshield is so low it looks like it was sliced with a razor. It is the definition of danger and beauty. While other manufacturers add screens and robots, this car forces you to fight the wind. It is an analog time machine in a digital world. The initials HP don't stand for horsepower, they stand for Horacio Pagani. This car was the birthday gift the legendary Argentine designer made for himself upon turning 60. Only 3 units were made, 1 for him and 2 for hand-picked clients. Horacio wanted to create the ultimate Zonda, a mix between a Le Mans car from the 80s and a Renaissance work of art. It is the pure vision of a single man, with no corporate committees to say no. Listen to this. There are no turbos silencing the exhaust. It is a 7.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine made by AMG, but tuned to scream like a demon. And the best part? It has 3 pedals. Yes, a $17 million car with a manual gearbox. You have to take your hand off the wheel to shift gears at 300 kilometers per hour. It is a physical, visceral, and terrifying experience. It is driving in its purest state. Look at the rear wheels. They have partial carbon fiber covers, a tribute to Group C endurance cars. The interior isn't boring black leather, it is a mix of blue and cream Scottish tartan, inspired by Juan Manuel Fangio's race cars. The chassis is made of carbo-titanium, a material patented by Pagani that is stronger than steel and lighter than aluminum. It is a jewel of engineering that weighs less than a common compact car.
Rolls-Royce Sweptail. Price, $13 million. Power, 453 HP, V12 engine. Before the boat tail, there was the swept tail. We are in May 2017 at the prestigious Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este on the shores of Lake Como. When the silk sheet fell, the audience held its breath. At that moment, Rolls-Royce didn't just present a car, they presented the most expensive new automobile in history up to that date, $13 million. It was the big bang of bespoke coach building. It was proof that there were clients willing to pay anything to not see their car in their neighbor's garage. Its most distinctive feature is the rear. Inspired by the hulls of racing yachts from the 20s, the bodywork tapers into a perfect teardrop shape. But look up, the roof isn't metal. It is a gigantic, uninterrupted piece of tempered glass, one of the most complex ever manufactured for an automobile, flooding the cabin with natural light. It's like driving inside a modern crystal cathedral. The owner, a collector of super yachts and private jets, had a golden rule: simplicity. He eliminated the rear seats. In a 6-meter car, there is room for only 2 people. The rear space became a passerelle made of Makassar ebony and Paldao walnut, polished to shine like a mirror, designed solely to rest a hat or a briefcase. It is absolute disregard for utility in favor of pure aesthetics. As is tradition in these absurd commissions, the car hides secrets. In the center console, a mechanical button deploys a bottle of champagne from a specific vintage, the owner's birth year, along with 2 crystal flutes. The entire car was designed around the curvature of that bottle. It is not a vehicle that adapts to the driver, it's a vehicle built to protect their most expensive vices.
Bugatti Centodieci. Price, $9 million. Power, 1,600 HP, W16 engine. It looks like a flying brick designed on a 1990s video game console, and that is exactly the point. This is the Bugatti Centodieci. It costs $9 million and is the most brutal love letter ever written to a forgotten era. It is a tribute to the EB110, the car that tried to save the brand in the 90s before bankruptcy. It is angular, aggressive, and white as snow. If a Star Wars stormtrooper drove a car, it would be this one. The detail that purists fall in love with is on the side. Look closely. There was no large C-shaped air intake like on modern Bugattis. Instead, there are 5 perfect circular holes, inspired by the engine vents of the original classic model. It is a design nod connecting 30 years of history. But don't be fooled by nostalgia. Beneath that skin lies technology bordering on witchcraft. This car isn't just more expensive than a standard Chiron, it is more powerful and lighter. Engineers squeezed the W16 engine to extract 1,600 horsepower. That's 100 horses more than the base model. They saved 20 kilograms using carbon fiber windshield wipers and lightened glass. The result is a machine that accelerates from 0 to 100 in 2.4 seconds and reaches 380 kilometers per hour, electronically limited. Without the limiter, it would probably take off. Only 10 exist in the world. 10, and all were sold before the car was officially presented to the public. One of those lucky 10, and this is an open secret, is football star Cristiano Ronaldo. For people with that level of wealth, $9 million is pocket change in exchange for the exclusivity of knowing that no one else in the stadium will have your same car when leaving training.
Maybach Exelero. Price, $8 million. Power, 700 horsepower, twin-turbo V12 engine. It looks like the car Dracula would drive if he were a billionaire. It is long, sinister, and absolutely terrifying. This is the Maybach Exelero, a one-off, a unique unit manufactured in 2005. Its price was $8 million. It is not an agile sports car. It is a 2.6-ton luxury tank. Its design is so exaggerated it looks like a caricature of wealth, with a front grille that could swallow a small car whole. The most curious thing is why it exists. Mercedes didn't build it for a chic, but for a tire company, Fulda Tires. They needed a vehicle so heavy and so powerful that it could test their new high-performance tires at 350 kilometers per hour. It is a test lab disguised as a Gothic limousine, an industrial experiment that ended up becoming a pop culture icon. The car shot to global fame when rapper Jay-Z featured it in his Lost One music video. Since then, it became the holy grail of hip-hop. Rapper Birdman claimed to have bought it, although rumors say he never paid the full bill. The Exelero represents American excess with German engineering, a twin-turbo V12 engine moving a mansion on wheels at illegal speeds. From the racing history of the $143 million Mercedes SLR to the technological darkness of the Bugatti Voiture Noire and the nautical whim of the Rolls-Royce Sweptail, we have seen more than $200 million in just 7 cars. Machines that no longer serve to transport, but to mark status, freeze time, and defy logic.
Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Price, $8.3 million. Resale value. Power, 750 HP. Naturally aspirated V12 engine. It looks like a starfighter that crashed on Earth and someone put wheels on it. This is the Lamborghini Veneno Roadster. Created to celebrate the brand's 50th anniversary, its design doesn't follow the rules of terrestrial aerodynamics. It dictates them. With an original price of $4.5 million, today it is secretly traded for over $8 million. It is aggression made matter. Its name comes from one of the strongest, fastest, and most aggressive bulls in the history of bullfighting, famous for fatally wounding bullfighter Jose Sanchez Rodriguez in 1914. And the car lives up to its name. It has no roof. It doesn't even have a foldable fabric top. If it rains, you get wet. It is a car designed to drive fast or to park in an art gallery, with no middle ground. Lamborghini only manufactured 9 units of the Roadster version for the entire planet. 9. This creates a silent war among collectors. Owning an Aventador is common. Owning a Veneno is having a VIP pass to the Club of the Untouchables. Its carbon fiber monocoque chassis is visible inside, and its V12 engine sucks in air with a fury that scares pedestrians 3 blocks away. Every angle, every fin, and every air intake has a function to keep the car glued to the ground when grazing 355 kilometers per hour. The rims have a carbon fiber ring that acts as a turbine to cool the ceramic brakes. It isn't designed for aesthetics, it is designed for survival. It is a race car with a license plate, street legal by some bureaucratic miracle.
Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita. Price, $4.8 million. Power, 1018 HP, twin-turbo V8 engine. Carbon fiber has always been black. It is the golden rule of the industry, until Christian von Koenigsegg decided to break it. This is the CCXR Trevita. At first glance, it looks silver, but get closer. It isn't paint. Koenigsegg developed a unique technology to coat each strand of carbon fiber with a diamond resin. When sunlight hits the bodywork, the car doesn't shine, it sparkles, as if covered by millions of tiny white diamonds. Trevita is a Swedish abbreviation meaning 3 whites. The original plan was to manufacture 3 units of this shimmering marvel, but the process of turning black carbon into white diamond turned out to be so incredibly difficult and expensive that the brand had to give up.
They only managed to make two cars in the known universe. This makes it one of the most extreme rarities of modern engineering. In 2015, one of these two cars ended up in the garage of the most ostentatious person on the planet, undefeated boxer Floyd "Money" Mayweather. He paid $4.8 million for it. For months, it was the crown jewel of his white toy collection, parked next to piles of cash in his Instagram photos. For him, it was a trophy. For the rest of the world, it was confirmation that this car is the ultimate symbol of new money. But don't be fooled by the glitter. Beneath that diamond skin lies a monster with 1,018 horsepower. The irony is that it is a green car. It is designed to run on E85 biofuel. It is capable of reaching 410 kilometers per hour while saving the planet. Or at least that's what you can tell yourself while burning tires at breakneck speed.
W Motors Lykan Hypersport. Price, $3.4 million. Power, 780 HP, flat 6 engine. This is the first Arab supercar in history. It is called Lykan Hypersport, manufactured by W Motors in Lebanon. When it launched in 2013, its price of $3.4 million left the world in shock. It didn't have the heritage of Ferrari, nor the engineering of Bugatti, but it had something no one else dared to do: sell pure luxury in a carbon fiber wrapper. Its design is inspired by the letter V and the fangs of a mythical wolf. The Lykan's headlights aren't plastic and glass, they're titanium with 442 real diamonds embedded in the LED lights. Yes, you heard that right. You drive with diamonds lighting up the road. And if you don't like diamonds, the buyer could choose rubies, sapphires, or emeralds, depending on the paint color. It is opulence taken to the absurd extreme. Perhaps you recognize this car. It was the undisputed star of Furious 7, where Vin Diesel jumped it between 3 skyscrapers in Abu Dhabi. Although they used cheap replicas in the movie to destroy them, the fame it gained was real. Only 7 units exist in the world. 7. One of them belongs to the Abu Dhabi police, making it the most useless but most spectacular patrol car on the planet. The interior looks like something out of Blade Runner. It was the first car to have a holographic display in the center console. You don't touch a glass screen, you touch the air. The icons float in the middle of the cabin and are controlled by gestures. It is a technology that often fails and is impractical. But for $3 million, you don't pay for functionality, you pay to feel like you're in the year 3000.